Hi everyone, my name is R. Jafari. I'm an attorney. I'm a personal injury attorney with AJ Law Practice. It's heartbreaking what we're seeing in the news today. I can't believe that we're living in the 21st century. These acts of violence, that people lose their lives because of misunderstandings, because of racism, because of whatever their reason may be. A loss of life is never justified to me. A loss of life is the worst thing that can happen. It should be the last resort. So I have some tips for you guys that may end up saving your life down the road. You've heard many times in the movies that someone says you're obstructing justice or you're obstructing a police officer. What exactly does that mean? Obstructing a police officer. In Georgia, you have two different kinds of obstructions. You have felony obstruction, which is the fact that you're willfully, knowingly uh, using some kind of threat, some kind of act of violence, even against the police officer, and you're obstructing what they're supposed to do, what they're uh, in pursuit of, and you have misdemeanor obstruction. What is misdemeanor obstruction? Misdemeanor obstruction is when, again, you willfully and knowingly obstruct a police officer, and this happens when you argue, you fight with the police officer, there's a stubborn obstinance on your part, or you lie to the police officer. When you're encountering a police officer, you have to keep in mind that you're not there to prove your innocence. You're not there to fight your case and say how unjust that police officer is to you at that point, at that moment. That happens when you go to court. And I understand the frustration because nobody wants to end up in court. Nobody wants to deal with that hassle when you're innocent. At the very least, there's a presumption of innocence in criminal cases until the exact opposite is proven. But unfortunately, over time, we've seen many times, as history has proved, that that's not the real world, unfortunately. That's not how things work. So, the purpose of my talk today is so that I can hopefully get you to understand the other side and maybe, hopefully, to save a life. Because when you're dealing with police officers, the minute you start arguing or fighting or anything else, there is no plus side, there is no upside. Please keep that in mind when you're dealing with police officers. And again, I'm not saying this in any way to say that that's exactly what happened in the case of George Floyd. Not at all. But this just prompted me to talk about this fact because it's relevant. This is something that could come up. Again, stay safe, my friends, and I hope that these injustices never happen again. My heartfelt condolences goes out to the family of George Floyd, and I hope that these acts of violence and these racisms are not seen again, ever. Take care of you guys, my friend. Have a great one. Stay safe. Again, R. Jafari with AJ Law Practice.